Okay, we're talking about another form here. So this is kind of an extension of what we were talking about before with forms 3 and 4, I believe. So now we're talking about if A happens, then B happens. Okay, so the straight line, if A occurs, then B will occur. If B occurs, then C will occur. Okay, so a logical conclusion you can reach is that, okay, well, if A happens, then C has to happen. Okay, because if A occurs, then B occurs, and if B occurs, then C has to occur. Okay, so if A happens, then C has to happen. That makes logical sense. Okay, if A, then B, if C, then A, if the sentences would just be in reverse order. So an example of this would be, if we take the bus, then we will arrive in time. Okay, so if we take on the bus, if we all get on the bus, then we will arrive in time. If we arrive in time, then we will win the game. Okay, so so as long as we get on the bus, if we get on the bus, we are definitely going to arrive on time, and if we definitely arrive on time, we will definitely win the game. So you can say that if A happens, then C will definitely happen. Okay, now you cannot assume that if C happens, then A must have happened as well. Okay, now this is what I was getting back to when I was talking about the last forms 3 and 4. This is kind of a straight line again that's happening. So A will lead to B, will lead to C. But there might be other avenues that lead to C as well. You cannot conclude that because you won the game, you can't say, we won the game, so we must have taken the bus. You can't make that conclusion. Okay? There's nothing definitive about that. You can't say with definite certainty that we won this game because we got on the bus. There might have been other things that happened. Like we might have taken a train that would have ended up causing us to win the game. Okay? You can't make the conclusion. There's nothing definite saying that because it's the only way that we won the game. Now, what we talked about, another thing that we talked about or mentioned earlier in the teaching material here, I'll just scroll up to it here, qualifying forms, qualifying words, okay, such as only. Be careful of qualifying words such as only. Now, think about this, and hopefully this will help you understand what I'm saying a little bit better here. So we say, if A, then B, if B, then C. Now, I'm telling you, if we take the bus, we will arrive on time. So if you get on the bus, you know you'll win the game. Okay? But I'm telling you, you could win the game without getting on the bus. Okay? So you can't, if someone gives you an answer choice as if C, then A, that would be incorrect. You cannot conclude that. Okay? If you win the game, you can't conclude for certain that you won that you got on the bus. But now watch what happens if we change the sentence just a little bit. Say we put in these words, only if we take the bus, then we will arrive on time. Only if we arrive on time will we win the game. If you throw those words in, it changes the dynamic of the syllogism completely. And if those two qualifying words are in, then you can work backwards. Okay, so if it's if you win the game, you're only going to win that game if you arrive on time. Okay, because that's what it says, only if. Okay, so, and you're only going to arrive on time only if you take the bus. That's the only way you can win the game. So throwing those quantitative words in there changes the entire logic of the sentence. So that's what I'm talking about when we're saying, just be very careful about reverse ordering them. If A, then B, if B, then C. So if A happens, C has to happen. But because C happened doesn't necessarily mean that A happened. It could have happened for a number of other reasons. But if you throw in those quantifying words, those special words such as only if A then B, only if B then C, then you can work backwards. Okay? Make sure, write them down, look at it, make sure you understand the logic behind it. And if you do, you'll be further ahead. You'll have a much better understanding of how these things actually work. Okay? Good luck with the studying, and good luck with filling out some of these practice questions.